Hey there, Ron Lydian back, and it's a new presentation, and this is a brand new Jackson Warrior I just recently picked up. Reason being, I really like my white Jackson Warrior, but, caveat, but because it's completely covered with polyurethane finish, it's kind of like, like this. It sounds good, but it's still a little, it's not, the guitar is not giving its full potential in terms of tone and sound. And one of the best ways to get that out of a guitar is no finish whatsoever. So that's why I got this unfinished Jackson Warrior. The body is NATO or NATO. I'm not really familiar with that wood, but solid piece of wood, unfinished, just basically oiled body. It's very smooth, very nice. It's a maple neck with a what would appear to be it's not rosewood, could be ebony, or it could be another dark wood that they use for fretboards. 24 jumbo frets. It's got the Jackson tuners, standard, although the nut could be graphite. Kind of looks like graphite, but I'm not certain. But I will list the complete specs. So as you can see, it's not stock. I removed the bridge pickup and I put in a DiMarzio, the tone zone, because that's my favorite bridge pickup, and I added a push-pull pot on the tone control because I like to use coil tap from time to time. Otherwise, it's got tone control, volume control, 3-position toggle switch, and tunematic bridge string through, which is nice. I like that because that tends to give a lot more sustain. So anyway, let's get some sound out of it, let you hear it. And one more short thing, I'll probably end up changing this pickup. I'm not sure what I want to put in there. By now I think I've got about 6 or 8 spare pickups sitting in my pilot case. And ironically, most of those are Seymour Duncan. I kind of feel bad, but you live and learn. Had I known about the DiMarzio Tone Zone years ago, I would have been using that. So I may end up putting one of those Seymour Duncans in the neck position. So anyway, without further ado, let's listen to some sounds. So first, let's get into the clean. And then the middle position. Alright, so let's tap the coils, and starting with the neck. Middle. And then finally bridge. Really nice and chimey. Really nice, it really breathes. Alright, so let's get into some gain tone now. So we'll start with humbucking and in the bridge position. Nice, man. Nice and growly. And for the sake of this demo, I'm I'm not using my wireless. I'm plugged right in. So yeah, it's a tad noisy, and I've rolled back the noise gate so it doesn't really cut in, but that's all right. You get the idea. Really great tone. Let's turn it up a little bit. That's crunching. And the middle position, which kind of lends itself to that sort of stoner tone. All right, and the neck position. Alright, so now let's tap the coils. So back to the bridge with coil tap. And we're going to play the riff. Even though the coil tap, still a nice, fat, open, crunchy sound. Now here's a middle position. Another stoner riff. And the bridge pickup, the neck pickup, sorry. Nice, really nice. All right, so let's hear some solo tone. So I'm going to pop into the delay setting. Now the middle. and this is the stock pickup from Jackson in the neck position. Not bad, but not so much output at the end of the day. So yeah, this pickup's eventually going to get changed. I mean, you can really hear the difference between this pickup and the DiMarzio. So anyway, let's coil tap. Now, middle position. And finally, the bridge position. Not bad. I'm not even that loud. I'll still get some nice sustain out of this. That's not bad, man. So yeah, obviously. So yeah, the guitar only cost me around $300 plus shipping and handling. You know, it's euros, of course, because it's Europe. But yeah, I'd imagine it's probably around the same price in the U.S. or Canada. And you know, affordable, amazingly light, which is fantastic, because you know, me being 6T, yeah, I don't need to, you know, have a concrete block around my shoulder, you know, pulling me down. So this is great to have a light guitar like this. It's got a D-shaped neck. Fits really nice in the hand, in every position. Nice frets. I like the bridge because it's basically, it's almost invisible, so there's nothing interfering. I was never really a friend of these volume knobs like right next to the bridge pickup, but this one, it seems like they moved it over just a tad, because it used to be up a little closer, and that absolutely interfered with my picking technique, but they moved them back enough, so I guess they listen to guitar players. And now it's actually in a cool place that doesn't really interfere. So if I do close hand, or if I, you know, do open hand with the, you know, putting my fingers, resting my fingers on the guitar body. No problem. Yeah, so really a nice guitar for the money. If you're like me, you might do some minor modifications. Like I said, the only thing I'm going to do is probably change the neck pickup. I might put some Godot tuners on there just to have some more precision tuning machines. These are okay, and of course, you know, I can tighten them up. I can just get a screwdriver and tighten them up. But yeah, I'm partial to Godots. I mean, you know, I could go crazy. I could get some locking tuners. I could get a graphite nut, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not going to do all that. That's really not necessary. I mean, it, you know, sounds great, man. I mean, just... comfortable. You can rest the arm right here on the wing. It's really nice. And plus, it looks hard rock. It looks metal, and it's kind of funny because years and years ago, decades ago, I was, because I took like a couple of years of drafting in school, and so I thought, I think I'm going to design my own guitar, and so I was doing some sketching, and when I was clearing out because unfortunately my mom had died some years ago, and so I was clearing out the house, and I found a box with some of my old stuff, had like some music stuff, and my old drawings. I found a big manila envelope full of old drawings, and I actually had a drawing in there of a guitar that looked a lot like this, and that had to be in the early 80s, because I liked the Concorde, but I was like, yeah, it's a nice guitar, but it's so closely associated with Randy Rhoads. It's almost sacred. I don't think I could have played it, especially after he died. I was just like, oh man. But I also liked the Star, which, Edward Van Halen, he basically butchered Ibanez Destroyer, and then went to Wayne Charvel, and Wayne Charvel created that Star guitar. So I thought, wow, wouldn't it be cool to have like a combination of the two? Well, this kind of is. It's almost like, you can see the X form, and this is the shark fin, most definitely. There's no doubt in that. So that's the shark fin from the Concorde, and this up here is the wing, almost like the cutaway from the Star, and then here's just like a little extra, sort of like a smaller wing, or if you hold it like this, it almost looks like the profile of a bird, like a falcon or an eagle or something, or hawk. Yeah. So I was looking at that, and I'm like, wow, man, that looks a lot like the Jackson Warrior. So yeah, funny things, funny coincidence. So anyway, yeah. So I hope you enjoyed that, and if you enjoy the content, like I said, feel free to subscribe. You're always welcome. Like, subscribe, and then you can also check out other content that I have on Instagram, and that's where you can find me under the handle of Ron Lydian 2, Ron Lydian and the number 2. So anyway, we're going to go out with, you guessed it, the riff. Or maybe I'll liven it up a bit. I'll make it thrashy. All right, Ron Lydian out. Thanks for watching.